What's happening? What's happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to another great edition of our Smooth Club podcast, a show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin. Joining me, of course, is my brothers from another mother, Mr. Cam Godley, here at the top of the screen. and then Mr. Ciroc here at the bottom screen. I don't know, can Ciroc, can you hear us, Ciroc?
Ciroc is citing conspiracy theories early on this Saturday.
He was. Ciroc's gonna come back, y'all.
I was like, no, I can't even see him. All right. Oh man, he's going.
Ciroc's gonna come back, y'all.
Oh man.
So yeah, earlier during the show, we were kind of getting all set up and stuff, and Ciroc had made some. He made some allegations against you, Cam. He did.
I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate the fuckery.
Yeah,
I don't.
We started the first thing in the show, the beginning of the show. Wow.
Yeah.
This was not the theme of the show. This was I was trying to bring brothers together. Black men. Talking. And now it's not working. It's not working.
Yeah. This show might have to go against that, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was him calling.
No.
Well, until Ciroc gets. Oh, he's back. He's back. All right, hold. I don't see him though. He's blank. There we go.
I had nothing to do with that, sir. I had nothing to do with that.
You know what it is. I think this is what it is. I had a long night, so I said, you know what? I'm not gonna get out this bed. I'm not gonna put on pants. I'm not gonna put on drawers. I'm gonna put on my right sock, grab this shirt, and we gonna go.
So that's more than I wanted to know, and I'm pretty sure it's more than our listeners wanted to know. Also,
this is why this is relevant. My computer wasn't close. This is my iPad. So maybe that's my problem right now. Maybe that's what it is.
Could be.
Because I can't make an intro.
Cam, after all that I just heard, I'm stuck on the right sock though. Like, why just the right sock? Why is it like one sock? Does one sock just warm you up? Oh, okay.
So wait,
I just put on the right.
I couldn't find the left
so
sock.
that was a decision. Because if I can't find both socks, I just don't put either on. But you said, "Oh, I got this one.
Exactly.
Let me put this one on real quick."
Why does one sock have to? Why do one foot have to suffer? Because the other foot. I'm
all about the evenness. Like if one got to be cold,
there you go.
I'm the type of guy. All three of us go out to a restaurant, and my food is done first. Bring my food out first.
Oh, you that person.
Forget them. They should have ordered something that is faster.
More grill friendly.
If my right foot has
so much for equal opportunity. So much for equality on
left foot should have came more prepared.
That's funny.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious. But yeah, man. Now we got Ciroc all taken care of. Ciroc, I was telling Cam, man, you kind of made some allegations a little bit before the show while we were getting ready about Cam, man.
So this is my thing with Cam. We haven't been getting along since we started this whole endeavor. All right,
he blames me for his PlayStation thing, by the way. And
he does. I do. I say he does like it ain't me. But
wow, that was a long time ago too. Wow, that was a minute ago.
It's a letter on my bulletin board to get him back. I don't know how. But I digress. I have a problem with him because he comes late on purpose. All right. He knows.
Let's define late though, because late is wild. But go ahead. Tell your story.
So we show up, right? Me and Arrington, we show up before 12, right? We are sitting next to each other with our squares. So everybody knows the person who comes in last gets on the bottom, right? He knows that there's some glitch that when he comes on, my mic stopped working. I have to leave and come back. All of a sudden, who on
now
the
you're the
bottom
late guy.
and who on top? That's all I'm saying. And I'm man enough to be on the bottom. But I just want him to admit, like, he has insecurity issues when it comes to our square placement.
This is how conspiracy theories start. Like,
I was just about to say, I think Ciroc is gonna start there's gonna be a Facebook group right now saying Team Ciroc, he belongs on the top. Team Ciroc, he belongs on the top.
That's so wild.
That is that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
But
I just want to speak my truth.
Hey, you know what? That's what we have to do, man. We have to bring it out here, on the show. Bring it out in the open. We don't want to hold nothing
Right.
back,
I
man.
don't
But
want everybody to think like, oh, all three of them, they got great chemistry. No, we don't.
we
No,
we do
don't.
not like each other at all. We do
At
not like each other at all.
Oh man.
No respect at all. Well, look, on that note, fellas, look, how's everybody's week been going so far? Cam, how's your week been going so far?
Week is over, but it went well. Super busy, but got some stuff done and feel accomplished. And now we're here. To celebrate our wins for the week. Let's go.
There you go. Sarai, what about you, brother?
It was very successful. I got to bring peace to a lot of different organizations this week, so that's great. I pride myself on the ability to build a good, solid bridge between organizations, and I believe I successfully done that over this week. So, shout out to peace. Shout out to peace.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So look, same on this end. I mean, great Friday, busy Friday. I went to a couple of my friends. They have their own retailers. One of my friend, I call her Dr. Foster, but she wants me to call her Denise. She's a founder of hemp store, Hemp Haven. She's a cannabis nurse. I mean, like all the highly classified. She's a professor in it, and I've never been to any CBD or hemp. I told her, I'm like, look, I have no knowledge with cannabis. The last time I hit it was like college. So and that was a long time ago. So it literally, I'm a lightweight. I don't have any knowledge with it, but I do hear about the medical benefits that it can provide too. So like in my family, on both sides, my mother and my father, we have high cholesterol. So it's like, hey, look, I'm trying my best to prevent taking medication for my cholesterol. So I went there. She gave me a great she recommended a great product for me, and hey man, I'm gonna try it out. But one thing, man, I've learned so much when it comes to cannabis.
This journey, this mission, and then tell either of us about anything that he was about to embark on. But go ahead with your story, sir. We're listening.
No communication, and that's what I mean by our chemistry. It's just a front. We're acting. We don't.
Like, cause I know he has the numbers. We're in a group chat. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Go, but no. Go ahead with your story. We're listening.
I'm trying to stay alive in this world, guys, because as an African American male, cholesterol is the high. But I'm not gonna go there. But just it was a good day because I don't know. It's just it always it feels great where you you support friends that are also business owners doing their thing, different avenues and stuff. So it was just that kind of day. And like I said, left there learning something. I told her, I said, no, you definitely got to continue to have a customer, a client out of me. And then also I purchased a jacket from my buddy David. He's one of the owners of it's a group called Team Lamb. It's a nonprofit, but it's also a great clothing brand here in Hampton Roads. They're doing a lot of great stuff for the community too. So it was a good Friday, man. It was a good Friday, but it's always exciting. Just joining you guys. We got a lot of things to talk about, some topics going on through this week that we're going to share today. So look, man, first thing, fellas, I want to share with you all is I don't know if you remember former running back Arian Foster. He was a beast for the Houston Texans, played a couple seasons for the Miami Dolphins. He was on a podcast and he had basically said that, look, the NFL is scripted. It is scripted. Now, how many times have you heard upset fans from after reacting from a game and this and that? Oh, the league is rigged. But hearing from a pro that's literally saying, look, I will go to the locker room and it will be a script left on mine. I'm like, wow. So just
I don't believe that shit.
You don't believe it, man?
I don't want to believe it. I rock with Arian Foster also, but he's kind of out there with his thinking. I don't believe that there's you can get hurt that way. Are you kidding? No, I don't believe it at all. I'm only hearing what you're saying in the headline and stuff like that, but I never heard the part where you said I never heard it said that there was literally a script in their lockers. That's wild. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all.
So not just because I don't like Cam, but this is where I disagree with him. This
Kinda
there's
shit.
I don't believe that the NFL is like scripted to the point of okay, Tom Brady scores .14 at 2 minutes and da 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 da. I don't believe in that. However, I do
Mhm.
think that there are two versions that the media team of each team preps them for.
Mhm.
So say
Mhm.
let's just talk about the Super Bowl for instance. It's coming up, right?
Yeah.
There is a prepped version and response for everyone whether they lose or win.
Mhm.
Just like everybody's T-shirts and championships hats are already printed. No matter if the team is
Mhm.
about to win or lose,
Mhm.
it's already
For
boxed up
sure.
and ready to get dished out to the team depending on who wins the Super Bowl. The boxes, niggas are
Mhm.
waiting with the box cutter.
Yeah, they ship the losing boxes overseas.
Right, right. So
I
with
got a
that being
Buffalo Bills
said,
hat in my basement right now.
with that being said, captains of the team have this like not necessarily scripted but prepared response for when
Mhm.
they lose or if they lose or when they win, da 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 da, because they know they're about to get interviewed, they know they're about to get da da da. So there is, I believe, a curvature of all right, if we get someone get kicked off the game or somebody get ejected for the game, this is
Mhm.
your prepared response. Try to
Mhm.
Oh,
stick within
for
this
that,
town.
yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah, yeah.
that type of stuff, yeah.
So,
I can see that being a thing for sure.
and I think it even reaches to the locker room and each individual player. The bigger the star, the bigger the team around that player. So
Mhm.
there has to be someone who's well versed when it comes to media in
Well,
their ear saying, "Hey, they're about to ask you about this. This is your prepared, like this is your somewhat script of
yeah,
what you
yeah.
need to
Well,
say."
like each organization definitely has a PR department. I mean, I remember a few seasons, well, probably like 5 seasons ago when Marshawn Lynch was still playing, and it was a period where Marshawn never spoke at the press conference, and he got fined for that because they're like, being a part of this organization, hey, you have to, being a team captain, or it's just in general in your contract, you gotta, hey, speak right after the game or before the game
Yeah,
when it comes to press and this and that and the other. So I definitely believe they probably have like a certain order with this. I think what Arian Foster is
It's
really
called
trying to
being
say is
media
that
trained, pretty
yeah,
much.
media trained. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even when during like the draft, I mean, they have guys, hey, you got to take classes, financial classes, this and that, because this is all about the preparation when it comes in the NFL draft, not just playing football. No, this is a business. So I
Right.
think what Arian Foster is, claiming that we receive a script before the season. It's almost like, okay, we could be down by, okay, when the score gets to this high, or such and such already knows exactly what, not for say like exactly, hey, they know exactly which play we're gonna do and this and that and the other, but at the end of the day, it's a little mafious going on in the NFL. I mean, when it comes to money, when it comes to, hey, how can I get this number one draft pick? Because I know this is another story, but Lovie Smith just got fired last season from the Houston Texans, and they're making a speculation saying that the reason why they fired him was not just the fact that he, I think, only won like 4 games last season, but he
But he won the
won
game he was supposed to lose.
exactly, because if they would have lost that game, they would have got the first draft pick in the first pick in the NFL draft. So
Mhm.
I mean, there is, I don't know, man. It's like, for me, I think ever since Arian Foster has left
He
the
was getting
league,
fired either
it's,
way, though. My bad.
yeah,
He was
Oh, you
going
talking about
either
Lovie
way. That
Smith?
was he was going either way.
Oh, absolutely. 4 wins of the season. I don't want you coaching again. I mean, but here's the thing though. I do think though, coaches should get another chance. They shouldn't get fired after just one season. I don't know. That's just me, because it's
yeah.
like
After
it
one
doesn't take.
season, that's crazy.
Yeah, because it's
Mhm.
like they at least already will sign between a 5 to 7 year contract with the organization head coaching, because really it might take you 2 seasons to like pick it up, especially if you
Like
have a
you're
losing
starting a
program.
whole system, a head coach, a
Exactly.
whole
Yeah.
like engine that you trying to put into the like. What are you doing?
Yeah.
It's got to at least
Exactly.
take a year to even
At
get used to
least.
how the coach
At
talks
least.
to the players. And
Well,
after one season, that's wild.
yeah.
Yeah, but as for Arian Foster, man, ever since Arian Foster was finished with the NFL, he's kind of been trying to find his avenue outside of football, and I say that it's like he's trying to keep his name relevant, and he's trying to I don't know, just find that new market, because he said that on a podcast under the Barstool network, and Barstool is known for having some, they got some great shows
stuff though.
and but they known to have a little controversy with it and stuff like that. And
he had a
humor.
podcast towards the tail end of his career where it was just him doing interviews that was actually pretty entertaining. But
wow.
I don't know. I have to actually watch it to really understand, because
what
oh, go ahead, excuse me.
No, what were you saying, boss?
No, I'm just saying I have to watch it because I need to actually hear what he's saying so I could kind of dissect it and really understand what it is that he's getting towards.
If it comes out truth, would y'all be surprised? Like if it comes out true, y'all like be shocked?
I mean, I'm not
as surprised as I was when I found out wrestling was,
Wait, what are you talking about, wrestling? Nah.
Wait. No. What are you trying to say?
No, but when I'm not surprised when money's involved. I'm not surprised by anything when money's involved, and I'll leave it there. So,
all right. What about you, Sirach?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. Do I believe it is? To a point, but I mean, nah, I don't think it's scripted.
Would it be more believable if it was basketball? Because I kind of feel like in football, it's just so many. It's so many. It takes so many players and so many play. Like it's like, okay, defense, offense. Like, are you saying like?
But think about it. When you're mentioning players, the ref is the one you need to be concerned about, because though they have the power to completely sway a game at any point. So
not just if you don't mind, Arrington, we could jump down this rabbit hole. Just like I know the biggest one in the news right now is that LeBron foul, right? That Lakers game.
Oh yeah.
Where, LeBron got clearly. I know people hate and say every time LeBron says something he cry or whatever, but that slap was loud. Like you could hear it in the
game. Yeah.
And the referee didn't call it. And then when they go back and look at the footage, the referee is looking at this man get hit. And they still didn't blow that whistle. And then there's other times where you see someone not even get touched, they didn't even do the flop motion. And a referee called a foul. And I'm like, yo, I don't think the players got anything to do with any type of shaving.
Yeah.
But referees, umpires, officials, all these people, the games have been getting worse and worse and worse. It's crazy.
You're absolutely right. And I mean, we gotta talk about LeBron's reaction though. I mean, I know he was pissed because it was a clear foul, but LeBron, I'm like, this dude is really about to cry. Like his face was looking like I thought I was about to see a tear.
I would have pulled up.
Didn't he do a lot, Cam? Like that's what I feel. I feel like that is why people will dislike LeBron. It's just those reactions, man. Like he was hopping up. Like
I mean, he was. I get it. He was caught in the moment, but it was a lot. I'm like,
no, man. I would have. That's why I'm not a professional athlete. I'm smacking officials. Like I don't got the temperament. I don't have the professionalism in me to handle that situation. LeBron did it way better than me. Because I would have Three Stooges, the referees. Like, man, I'm telling you, I would have been a plum fool.
Yeah.
I would have set the black culture back at least a couple years.
Word.
That is hilarious. Man, speaking of the wrestling shoot, it looks like the NBA starting to turn to wrestling, man. Every time I see a highlight, it's always a brawl. It's always a brawl.
Couple fights this week. What of Austin Rivers for the dude on the bench. Like, what is?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think this happened last night. Mo Bamba on Orlando. They were chattering.
I'm like, look, they are 2 seconds away from having another. Was it the Pistons and the Pacers? Remember years and years ago when they had that one when the fans got into it, when like Ron Artest now Meta World Peace. But that's
man,
right.
That ain't gonna happen. Yeah.
I was about to say that's definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's too much money.
I don't know.
Ain't nobody going up in the stand. Ron Artest was a special kind of different. Like nobody's going up in the stands again, bro.
Somebody's gonna go up in the stands.
The fight
the
may
money is the
spill
main
into
reason
the
he's gonna go up in the
crowd.
stands because they too
but-
rich.
No.
You said what?
Look, what he say, Cam?
No, I just said the fight may spill into the crowd, but nobody's fighting a fan no more. Like that, they're not going out after fans. I don't see that happening.
I mean, they almost did Shannon Sharp. He was a fan.
I don't think anything was gonna happen with them.
Yeah, nothing.
You're not gonna give up your Maybach
because they didn't want that shit.
It's true.
You're not gonna give up.
It was
your
gonna be a
Maybach
rough
to
one,
throw a
man. It was
punch.
gonna be a rough one.
It's true. NFL is the league of hold me back. I'm gonna show all these efforts just long enough for my teammate to grab me, and then little scuffle, and then they break it up, and then we're playing again.
True. Well, look, fellas, another great convo. Look, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, but we'll be back with more our Smooth Club podcast.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, fellas. All right. Well, look, still staying in sports, man. Speaking of NFL, we heard about the one and only Tom Brady calling it a career after 23 seasons. A lot of people are saying, is he really going to retire? Is he going to come back? I personally think he's gonna stay retired. There's too much money now for him post retirement. I mean, I remember, I think the second season, the season after he won the Super Bowl with Tampa, he signed a 10-year, $375 million deal with Fox to be an analyst to commentate some of the games. So that's about like over 40 million per year. And I mean, Tony Romo's making like, I think 20 million a year right now off of commentating. So what do y'all think as far as Tom Brady calling a career? Think it's true, not true, or do you think he's just want to hear y'all thoughts?
We can't hear Ciroc again. It's something about these breaks that are kicking Ciroc's ass right now. But I'll go until he gets his audio back. I think it's a non-thing. Like he should be done. Like he's 40-something years old. He can't play at the level that he's used to playing at. Kind of their record this season, like with that team that they had, I feel like the old Tom Brady could have brought them up at least another notch or two. He just doesn't have it anymore, and that's okay. You're 40-something years old. That's okay. So I think
exactly 45, 23 years, 23 seasons, man.
Yeah.
And on top of that too, seven Super Bowl rings. I mean, he really is. I mean, it's a hell of a career. He has the most in this, the most in that, the most in everything.
Sure.
There is absolutely nothing else to prove. And they were showing how it's just the end of an era, because you think of that era, you had Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger, and now Tom Brady. I mean, that was a hot season, but now it's like, now that he's retired, you're making more of a way for, of course, you see Pat Mahomes doing his thing. Jalen Hurts is doing his thing. Who else out there? Well, Lamar Jackson, but I know he's been hurt this past season. But it's a lot of great. Of course, Russell had an awful season, but I still think he can. He can redeem himself.
One
Denver got a
season
new
out
coach.
of that year ain't. I mean, out of a dope career, I ain't never mad at Russell Westbrook.
Exactly. Russell Wilson. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Ciroc. It's just,
did we really?
It was his first.
Wilson was that good, or did he just?
I said Westbrook. I'm just trying to say Westbrook.
Oh no, we're talking football. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah.
my bad.
I don't think Russell Wilson was ever that good. I think he had and we don't have to go down this rabbit hole, whatever. But I think he just had a really good defense that contained the opposition to 10 to 15 points, and He just had to put a few points up. He had Marshawn Lynch behind him. I just never saw what the big hype was. So when this happened this past year,
I was Team Future the whole time.
You said what?
I was Team Future the whole time. I was yeah. I never liked Russell Westbrook.
I mean, just never thought he was that good of a quarterback.
Wilson, man, I always thought he was nice. I always thought it was nice. I always thought he was nice. You know, again, he was an athlete. He had an arm on him. One thing you always realize is like,
did he?
Quarterbacks that are baseball players. Come on now, come on. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. I'm Team Russell Wilson. I just think, like, again, he didn't have any weapons, because we have to remember, great quarterbacks has never gone to like bad teams and still succeeded. You have to have pieces. I mean, same with Tom Brady. He needed pieces.
Drew Brees.
Peyton. I'm a huge Peyton fan.
Drew Brees had pretty bad teams and quite a few receivers. Tom Brady too. That they made.
Yeah,
stars.
Tom Brady had some bad set. I mean,
absolutely that they made stars. No.
Yeah.
If you're a good enough quarterback,
Tom Brady had Gronk. He had at the time he had Antonio. Well, Antonio Brown didn't do but too much, but
he didn't do anything.
They had Mike Evans. They had a great running back. They had a great running back. He had Shady McCoy as his
you gotta name names. You just said they had a great running back. You gotta name names.
I'm saying Shady McCoy. They had Lornette from that came out of Jacksonville. So
McCoy was there.
Great running backs. McCoy was one that won the Super Bowl. He retired after that. After that season, they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Now they also had a great defense as well. Too. They had a great defense.
How many receivers did Brady make something out of? Think Julius Edelman. Like he wouldn't have been good as he was anywhere else. And there's a few like that. All I'm saying is a great quarterback will make names out of their receivers, not the other way. You don't need great receivers if you're a great quarterback. You just need decent receivers. Maybe one great one here and there.
It's iffy. I mean, again, I just think Seattle, yes, you're absolutely right as far as the defense. And defense wins championships. I'm not gonna, disagree on that one. But I do think Russell is definitely one of the elite. He's definitely in the top 10 as far as current great quarterbacks now. Great quarterbacks in the league right now.
No, not
there's 32 squads right now. There are 32. I'm saying right now in the league. There's 32 teams right now. So who else? Who else is before him? So if y'all gotta give me then 10 that are better than him currently in the league right now at running back position. At quarterback position.
That's not fair. I'm horrible with NFL names, but
I'll say okay. So I'll say better. I'll say
you can name 10 right now.
I just think y'all not giving Russell his credit, man. I really don't think y'all giving Russell his credit.
I just never thought he was that good. Just never did.
Oh,
I think he's a good what they call game manager. He won't turn the ball over. He'll keep the ball going, so the defense doesn't have to spend a lot of time on the field. But he's not like lights out. He's not. I just never saw it.
Well, he never. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think making spectacular plays compared to like Patrick Mahomes is a different breed. Patrick makes like plays like what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, it worked. Okay. But it's just I don't know, man. Russell definitely top 10, but that'll be another conversation.
Yeah,
Cam,
we'll do some research and we'll come back to that one.
We definitely do. Cam, you want to bring up Tiffany Haddish? Tiffany Haddish is talking about doing a sequel of Girls Trip.
Well, it wasn't her specifically talking about it, but the idea of it came up. Well, they basically said that it's going to happen, and they're reprising everyone's roles. So you know how the internet does. They're like, oh wait, does that mean that Tiffany Haddish is coming back? Because to this point, she's been pretty quiet after the Aries Spears thing, and she's kind of been under a rock for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I forgot about that Aries Spears thing with the kid.
Yeah.
That video was crazy.
It was bad. It was like no comedic value to that whatsoever. Like it was bad. It was bad. So, with that being said, they're like, oh, should they recast her if she's going to be in it? And then I think somewhere along the way it was confirmed that she is actually going to be in the movie, which honestly, that was kind of her movie. Like,
Yeah.
she was the star. She was the one that brought the laughter and stuff like that. Like, she was the funny part. She was basically the Zach Galifianakis, what he was to Hangover. Like, that was her role in this movie. You know what I'm saying? So, so now that's why I wanted to talk about it, because how do we feel about her? I don't have a problem with her coming back. Like, I feel like she suffered long enough. Like, the skit was something that happened a while ago. The family said they forgive her. They probably got their palms greased, but whatever. So I think it's kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say it's crazy because we're living in an internet age, but I think it's wild that people want to continue to punish her for a mistake that, you know, seems to be done at this point. I don't think she's a child molester or a pedophile or anything like that. I think, like, let her back in the movie. What the fuck?
It's just so dumb because, again, she's been extremely apologetic since then. Like you said, she's probably done the settlement outside, but she again has said, "Hey, look, it was a bad thing. It was a stupid skit. Yada yada yada." I have not heard Arian Spears say similar stuff that she's saying,
Aries.
nor have I heard him. Was this Aries Spears? Aries Spears.
Yeah.
I never really keep up with him. So if he was to say something, I wouldn't even have known that he said it.
I've watched a few interviews. He's pretty much dug in. Like, I'm not going to say he thought it was right, but he's not that apologetic about it. We'll say that.
Yeah, and I mean that's how his, like, he is kind of just like with his comedy. Like, he's like, look, I said what I said. I did what I did. Whatever. I ain't gonna apologize for nothing. So that's the vibes I'm getting from him.
When it comes to Tiffany, if we were like in corporate, her suspension would have been over already. She'd be back to work, and we'd be on to the next shit. You know what I mean? We all be sitting around in the coffee table bullshitting. Hell, there's a cop that I know who beat the brakes off. I mean, beat the brakes off this boy down in North Carolina, and his suspension is over already, and he did that shit last year. So I'm just thinking, like, all right, she paid her dues. The offense was already a long time ago. She probably lost millions upon millions of potential profit off of all the deals, everybody not touching her, nobody booking her. You know what I mean? She probably had to go to not the Chitlin circuit, but maybe a little bit above that to hit some tours, some shows to make some money. I mean, her wallet, her lifestyle got hit tremendously hard. Deservingly so.
Yeah.
But it got hit. Now that she didn't pay the dues, I let the motherfucker work. And I still listen to R. Kelly. I don't know what y'all want me to do. Like, let that
I can't. It's like the words in the songs, and then the image, like, ooh, who is he singing that to? That's what I can't just.
My women 30, 33, 35, they old. I'm good. They ain't no, and I'm the one getting peed on. So it's not even. It's not the same. I don't think about what R. Kelly was doing at the time. I think about the music.
Fair point. Yeah. Yeah, let Tiffany work. Let her work.
Let that girl work.
Yeah, let
the movie. Now, one thing that someone brought up, I don't know if y'all watch whatever elementary school. Elementary. What
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary. They said that they were considering. Well, someone, I don't know if they were considering, but someone brought up bringing in the principal to replace Tiffany Haddish in Girls Trip 2, which I thought was intriguing. But I still wouldn't want her to replace. I wouldn't mind her being brought into the film.
Right.
But I think Tiffany should still play her part for sure.
Bring her in.
I've never liked.
if they are gonna bring somebody else, just say like, "Yeah, Tiffany had to go to jail or she on parole and something." But don't be like, "Yeah, this is now Tiffany."
No, that's not gonna work. That's not
Yeah,
gonna work.
I've always hated that in TV shows. Like, I mean, I could think of like, okay, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Aunt Viv, the Family Matters, they had brought in the same same mother or same role but different, different person. I always hated that. Even in like movie roles, like they don't have to play the same character, but somewhat of the same I guess role of that character. I never liked that.
On
Nor
Fresh Prince, they acknowledged it because it was one episode Jazz came in and he was like, "Hey, who's playing the mom this year?" That was classic. That was classic.
I don't remember that. I gotta look at. I gotta find it.
I gotta look
then
on that on YouTube. I gotta look that one
it
up.
was the same season where baby Nikki went from like 2 years old to like 7.
That is hilarious. In a matter of like 2 episodes, like what's going on here? What's going on here?
Yeah.
But I will say though, the principal on Abbott Elementary, her role on there is hilarious. But I haven't seen like her, her stand up or how she acts outside the show. I know she's opened up for Chris Rock or gone on tour with Chris Rock many a times. But like I said, her role on the show is
comedian. I didn't even know.
Yeah. That's how I heard. My wife and I, we were watching like her on one of the, I think Good Morning America or something, talking about her role and stuff. And I mean, very humble like person, like very, very cool. And like I said, she kills on the show.
I have a huge fetish when it comes to teacher bodies. Like funny women with teacher bodies is my you know what I mean?
Wait, teacher bodies? What is a teacher body though?
Specific.
I need
a teacher body. All right, or maybe this might hit closer to home. So the ushers that be in black churches,
Oh my goodness!
You see how they body
with the all white outfits and the white stars.
They bras are mad solid. Like they bras it's sharp. The bras is huge. It's mad D's. It's like mad D's. It's not just 1 D or 2 D's. It's like, like I'm talking 37 S's.
We need
37 S's.
Those type of women, I can watch them in movies all day. Like
that's funny.
Yeah, put her. She needs to be more raw. Did she win an Emmy? Right?
No, the main.
I think so. Yeah. Oh no.
Main?
Okay.
The one that started the show. I'm horrible with names, but whatever. Her
she has a hard name to pronounce too.
Jill Scott got a great teacher body. Like, yeah.
I will say Jill. Yeah.
Those
are like.
But Jill's always been She's always been cute though. It's like Jill's never been like unattractive, even as like even if she was thicker. I mean, I'm just saying.
You somebody's grandma. You can't say she a bad bitch. You can't say.
I mean, I ain't gonna. It's just. I mean,
everyday topics. Everyday men they say, "Oh, she cute." No.
I'm just giving because she's not like she's not my type, but she's a cute. She's cute.
Jill Scott not your type. Jill Scott not your type.
No.
I'm
just saying. She is not in at all. She is not in. No, she not in. No, not Erykah Badu. Now that's different. That's I like Erykah Badu. But
Cam, you gotta help us out, man. You gotta help us out. Jill Scott, what's up?
Oh, for sure. Jilly from Philly.
Oh, Jilly from Philly, get it.
I mean, we don't gotta go too deep into it. But did y'all see that video she did or what she did on stage with the?
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, but that's her history though. People who ain't fans, that's new. She always been like that. That ain't new, freak.
Yeah, that's
seasoned freak. And he talk about that's not his type.
Paprika.
I mean, it's just. I think I just
he's scared he gonna learn something new about himself. Cam, he worried about him finding out something new about himself. He gonna moan in a special way. He ain't
be like,
before.
I like that.
Yeah.
Curled up on the corner of bed, like
questioning himself.
No, and I've been to a couple of Jill Scott concerts though. I mean, like I said, I'm a huge fan. She's attractive woman. It's just like I said, you know.
He worried.
She's nah.
He's still young, Cam. He's still young. He gotta live life. What's the next topic, Aaron?
Oh my gosh!
Chicken
All right.
Let's talk about chicken wings.
Thank y'all. Let's talk about the chicken wings. So, okay, I don't even know if there we go. Former school administrator accused of stealing $1.5 million worth of chicken wings. The wings.
I thought that was fake.
That was not fake. That was real. And I'll read the article real quick. Let's see. Okay. The state's attorney in Cook County, Illinois, has charged a former public school worker with stealing 11,000 cases of chicken wings and other food items worth $1.5 million in an alleged embezzlement scheme that took place over a span of 2 years. Let's see. The suspect's name is well, I ain't gonna really say her name, but 66 years old, a former director of food and services for Harvey School, a school district 25 miles outside of South Chicago, was charged with the felony offenses of continuing financial crimes, enterprise, and classic.
Hold on, not to be rude, because I know normally we don't cut each other off, but this is why I get this bullshit. Y'all really think Southside Chicago got $1.5 million to burn on chicken?
Well, what was the time? What was the elapsed time? I'm sorry if you read that.
2 years.
But
this happened. It was 2 years. It was 2 years. A span of 2 years.
There's no way a school spending $1.5 million on chicken wings alone in a span of 2 years.
Well, here's the thing. During that time, they were still bringing in.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, they are. Well, because of course they get their food from it was a distributor out in Michigan. They were still bringing in food during the pandemic when students were remote, when they were learning from home, because they were still making the ability for parents to go to schools, bring meals to their kids, because just a way to say, hey, look, we still here to help you out and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if she's
was she like repurposing them?
Oh, she was the neighborhood chicken lady.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say.
That's what I'm saying, because it had, and at that point, it's all like that's all profit. If your main product is free, everything you do thereafter is profit.
The neighborhood chicken lady slinging bags of chicken like it wasn't nothing.
It had to be
making money.
You can get
making money.
You can get cooked. You can get fried. You can just get the raw wings. She had it all. She did.
Right out the basement.
I mean,
what was gonna happen
$1.5 million.
The pandemic, what was gonna happen to the chicken anyway?
Well, I think a lot of school districts or a lot of schools, they were still, especially the ones in the poorer areas, they were still preparing meals where the kids could come in and get breakfast and lunch and dinner sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why the food was continuing to be shipped to the school. So it's
absolutely right.
She said, you know what? Y'all ain't cooking it right. I'm going to cook it. She was going to bring it back. She just didn't get to yet.
She was going to after she quit her job, and they were like, what happened? I came across all this money, yo. I just been a family member left in the inheritance.
I need to see what these wings look like, because this
that's what I was about to say too, because I remember like in elementary school and like middle school, like chicken wings
we didn't get wings. I never saw a wing in school.
You never got wings.
I saw a wing. It was all fat though. You would bite it and it'd be like
it was like these little stubs.
Yeah.
It was not good at all, Cam. It was not good at all. And it wasn't like an actual full-on wing that like is like an actual wing. It was like a winglet, I guess, like a a little winglet. That's what I remember.
That this bill is 1.5.
It's a good question.
11,000 cases. I don't know. It depends how much per case or how many are in one case. 11,000 cases of that plus other food items. But they said the main portion.
Can we like back into this number? 11,000. This is like a grand like conspiracy. Like how do 11,000 cases?
Of KFCs.
She had to.
Wait. Hey,
She
hey,
had
the
to.
question is, was she just, taking these out at night and putting them in her SUV? Did she rent a U-Haul? Did she say, hey, look, change the address, don't drop it to this address anymore, drop it to
11,000.
this address?
Do we understand what that number means?
What's a box of chicken per case? Like how many chickens is in a case? We don't got the proper math to really go ham.
Because
I was about to say, I don't know what
past this 1.5 million, and it's just not adding up for me.
you're stuck on a
I'm
1.5.
assuming-
I'm there with you, but I'm computing 11,000 cases. 11,000.
To my guess,
Yes,
Bumpy
to my-
Johnson didn't
my-
even
to
move
my guess,
the
11,000
Bumpy
people.
Johnson of chicken wings.
She outmaneuvered Bumpy.
That's wild. That's wild.
But you know what? My guess is that one case can at least fulfill like maybe a one lunch day or maybe a week, possibly. I mean, to get 11,000.
We're guessing at this point, but I would have to think that, to Sirac's point, this is enough to like.
It's insane.
It's enough to
Like
send to it like a restaurant, like this is
we're
restaurant quantity.
We're underestimating how much $1 million of a
Yeah.
product is.
Yeah.
I just don't see her moving that much weight without no distribution system. Like she was the big meat of chicken.
Unless
She had some inside help.
or she definitely had help, but she was definitely like moving it to probably local restaurants.
Right.
And because she wasn't paying anything for it, like I said, everything she took was pure profit. So if I take this case,
flying restaurants in the area.
had to be. There's no other way. There's nothing like. Wow.
It just blows my mind how, for one, more greedy people get, and like the verge, they'll go like, I want money so bad, I'm gonna steal chicken from kids, from innocent kids in inner cities that can actually use this food. I'm gonna take $1.5 million worth of chicken wings. I mean, she could legit. They're saying the maximum sentence she can serve is like 30 years, 30 years in prison.
You know what she messed
stealing
up?
chicken wings.
She messed up because she could have got away with it. If I'm thinking about doing this crime now. You think about it. All she had to really do was cut the product, right? So if we're paying 1.5 million over a 2-year span of chicken, this is some good mid to high grade chicken wing. This is a good mid to high weight with that price.
Assumingly,
grade.
Assumingly,
she can take a little bit of her profit and purchase, cut the product and get some of the chicken wings we used to have back in the day, and then slang them to the kids. Nobody miss anything. The kids get the watered down shit. She's serving the block with the high grade shit. Everybody eating everybody. You know what I mean? We could really make some BMF.
He got the Birdman hands going right now.
You hear that? You hear that right there?
So I did the math. It's 136. If that 1.5 went completely to chicken, it's $136 per case. Which sounds, depending on how big the case is, how much chicken has been costing wings over the last couple of years, that sounds like it could be about right.
Possible.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, just imagine if this. Oh, we about to say, Ciroc?
I need to see a wing. Like I'm
them janks is tiny.
Search for the company who's selling the wings, so I can see if it's worth this criminal industry that I'm about to put together.
I tell you one thing though, if them was eggs and not chicken, this lady somebody will be like off with her head, because look, people are scarfing for those eggs, man. They like, look.
Well, think about it. It was the same thing. It's been the same thing with chicken wings over the last couple of years. You don't remember when Wingstop was like, all right, we're gonna do thighs instead. These wings are getting too much. So the wing thing has been going on for a couple of years now.
Hey, look, all Rick Ross did was use them same thighs that made them into sandwiches. Now they got chicken sandwiches at Wingstop, like all different flavors.
Chicken thigh sandwiches.
They got chicken sandwich, but with any flavor you want to choose, though.
You just teed up Sirac's lunch. Wingstop, here he comes.
Yes, sir.
You saw the smoke in the air, Cam. You saw the smoke in the air, so you know Ciroc hungry right now. So.
Come on, man. I don't want this video to get taken down. It's tobacco. Y'all know tobacco companies.
Man,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just it's sad to hear, man. Well, look, we gonna take another commercial break, man. Take a quick break. We'll be back with some more Our Smooth Club podcast, the show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. Oh shit! Oh, there we go.
I'm a master of my mind. Manipulate the masses with motivation to move. This is the only chair I'll volunteer to sit in. Spinning and spinning. Each loop past the mirror, I see a better me. In true destiny, confidence is key, so these 2-week cleanups won't be memories. Hey, barber, do you think it's possible to reshape the temple that holds my thoughts? Shape up in the hub makes me bold my walk, cause sometimes a lineup could be your savior. Do you think it's ironic that I can monetize my work when I stick to the master plan and get my taper? No more thoughts of getting burned by the system, and this new product doesn't burn my taper. Thank you. Let's normalize uncovering our bodies from that sheet, and we look stunning when it comes off, cause we are masters of our mind. Manipulate the masses with motivation to move. Each cut allows more and more room to grow.
Shout out to the Hub Barbering in Sacramento, California. We got some sponsors all the way in the West Coast. Very honored. We continue to grow this platform. But yeah, shout out to them, man, for that awesome commercial too. Look, fellas,
Hold up, bro. We had a lunch. I want this to be on the show. We had a lunch, and me and Cam in unison agreed that Arrington is so bad at this.
I was just about to tell him to cue up the song right now, even though we got another topic. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, just to let you know, Arrington is on the board. So he controls the commercials. Yeah. He controls he does a great job with the lower thirds and all that. But bringing in commercials and in the closing song, he is freaking horrible. Like, man, never seen anything worse in my life. So
it's low key. And
hey, look, this can either grow the show.
I hope he never gets good. So we can because we can very well just be like, yo, let one of us take the responsibility. But no.
No, we're gonna let him learn.
I like this. We're gonna let
him. Absolutely.
Look. The fact, people, that I still have them on the screen because I could easily click them off, but I'm just, I'm taking it because, I need that harsh criticism in order to be great, in order to be great. I'm a dropout of YouTube University, so I'm really just doing this based on.
Oh, man.
But hey, I'm getting there. I'm not as experienced as these two pros up here, but I'm getting there. But yeah, fellas, look, another topic, last topic of the show. So Tyre had his funeral this past Wednesday over in Memphis, and again to backtrack, Tyre Nichols was the man that was brutally beaten and murdered in the hands of 5. Well, they're actually saying it might be another officer, but 5 officers have been fired and charged in the beating of Tyre Nichols. And Wednesday was his home. Guy. Okay, bet. So he was a man that had tased him, and there's even audio of that guy saying, "I hope they stomp his ass." But I'm not gonna really go too much into that. Quote, like, that's what he said. And what do? They stomped his ass, and that's supposed to be law enforcement, serve and protect. But anyway, they had a homegoing service, great service in Memphis of the community. A lot of people, actually, a person that works for the local in the community here in Hampton Roads that actually attended, went over to Memphis and attended the funeral too. And it was a great. It was very sad, but every single person that spoke about Tyre Nichols, nothing but positive. Close friends, his I think 2 of his brothers, his parents spoke nothing but great things. His mom, who's like probably one of the strongest women out there, just said, look, this is all a part of God's plan. God sent him to for a mission, and now he brought him home, and that's what I continue to tell myself. I mean, it really broke my heart because my mom, we were at the office, and it was just
from his mom. That hurts to hear.
I mean, it's just she said, that's without say, if I continue to say that, I'll always be in a great place, because again, no one's willing to wake up the next day saying, okay, your child been beaten to death. I mean, come on, that's insane. 100 yards away from where she lived.
By the people
But
that are supposed to be protecting them, but you know what? We won't even get into all that right
just
now. But
it's BS. And they actually fired 3 of the paramedics that came. I mean, they're going after everybody because they're like, okay, he was left there for 23 minutes. 23 minutes.
Paramedics?
Yes, hell yeah. I mean, because they're like saying there was no medical treatment being done after they had called. He was just sitting there for 23 minutes. And it's gonna be a long going story. But I want to speak on this because Al Sharpton, of course, attorney Ben Crump is representing the family, but Al Sharpton did the eulogy at the funeral. And really, I mean, nobody was expecting to hear any criticism, especially the day of. But former NBA player and host of All the Smoke, Steven Jackson, he was criticizing him, man. He basically said this is all for political game. They're always when there's they're only here for the cameras and the attention and the exposure. Him and Ben Crump. And you know, Steven Jackson been getting some heat about that from other activists, just saying, okay, well, I'm not gonna. I'll wait and just, you know, when you guys heard about this, what was like your first reaction, or what do you always think of when you see Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or, you know, familiar faces when it comes to civil rights issues in different cities? What's your first like thoughts that go on?
well, Jesse, I'm unsure, but I know that I did hear at one point that to even get Al down for your cause, there's a charge for it.
Okay.
So I think if that's true, then I think that's where the ire comes from, because he's kind of just like a, you know, taking advantage of the situation, you know. So if that's true, like I said, Jesse, I don't know about. I haven't even heard it, that name in such a long time. But Al Sharpton, actually, like, that's kind of what comes with that name, you know. So I see where Steven Jackson is coming from. I don't know that the timing was the greatest for it, but I understand where he's coming from. I wouldn't have said it then under this light, like, you know, we're just putting that man to rest, like, you know.
Yeah. What you Rock? What was that?
We lost him again.
Nah.
But while he's getting his audio,
But
what do you think, Arrington?
I was a bit pissed with Steven Jackson, only because it was mainly pissed on the timing. The timing is awful, because this is a period where I feel as though it's a sad period, also brings culture together and it unites the culture. But when you see someone that makes it's always like, well, like, why does everything have to be like you have to give your opinion on something? Like, that's what I get so irritated with. It's like everybody wants a reaction, or everybody wants to hear. They never ask for his opinion. And on top of that, and don't get me wrong, I've had, you know, moments that I'm like, dang, does it always have to be, you know, Al Sharpton or this and that? He's always there strictly for when this happens. But I did more thinking, and I'm like, well, you know what? This is if you hear the name Al Sharpton, you hear civil rights, you hear marching, you don't hear like anything else. This is what he does. He helps bring more exposure to this. Like, I mean, let's be real. If he didn't do the
well, that's what I was going to say before my stuff started acting up. When I no longer believe that these individuals that are self-labeled the leaders of the civil rights movement are connected to the Black voice at this current stage in life. I say this with the most respect to what they have done for us in the past. I acknowledge it. I know the importance of it. I study some of the philosophies that's built from it, and I implement a lot of what they used to think in my own foundation. But where we are at now, where the culture is at now, where Black, civil rights is at right now, where we are at as a country, Black and white, I don't think they are connected with this era. With that being said, they are no longer qualified, in my opinion, just like you do with presidents. It's time to go. They're no longer qualified to be our leaders when it comes to the Black voice. And I know that's gonna piss a lot of people off, but let's just face it. If you don't even know the basics of social media, if you don't even know the basics of how Black people communicate across TikTok and Instagram and da, if you don't understand that part of our society as a culture, then you need to fall back and pass it to the person that you've been teaching for all these years. Hopefully, I'm praying that they have somebody that they've been teaching this whole time directly under them, somewhat of a number two, who's in the age group of 30 to 39, someone in that bracket who came up when cell phones was invented, but fully understands the value of TikTok marketing. Someone who saw the evolution of the TV go from this big wooden box to this device in your hand. That's the generation that needs to be leading our civil rights movement. That's the generation that needs to be speaking at these funerals when cops kill us. Those are the voices that we need to hear from, because those are somewhat direct leader at this point. They just disconnected. They just disconnected.
Well, I mean, you made good points, Rocks, and you answered my question, because I was gonna ask, if not Al, who else? But I think, like, as far as on the social media standpoint, you have multiple organizations. Like, that takes a group effort. That doesn't take one individual. Like, I mean, you have I don't know if you've ever heard of, like, I think Sean King. He's a civil rights guy. I mean, I'm trying to think of some other younger people that are
there's a
very
popular
Islam.
one.
I know Reza Islam. I don't know who you're talking about then.
I want to say I speak 1806. Something like I gotta, when I find it, I'm gonna send y'all the information. It's this guy, man. He came out of the Norfolk area, and he is a very, very powerful voice when it comes to where we are at as a culture. And there's thousands of guys like him that are on social media that conducts these conversations on lives, and it pushes our culture forward. And those are the people who need to be out in the open in these rallies now. It's just go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you're absolutely right. You definitely need to continue to see, I don't know. I was about to say Al Roker. I don't know Al Sharpton's mind, but I don't think I don't know I don't know what he thinks, but I doubt it that
Bundy.
He says
He's gonna call
Al
out
Bundy, all the Al's. I don't think that he is not doing this to not continue to bring, make a way for more entire people to say, okay, look, I'm doing this, but you can also do the same thing too. You can also do, like, I don't think he wants all the publicity. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's only doing it for like all the exposure.
I think it's time for him to slingshot the mantle to someone else. Like, he needs to reach down and find someone who he believes is the him and put them out in front. It's time for him to be a database of knowledge.
But again, I gotta be honest. I haven't heard Al Sharpton's name in years. So to even see his name coming up now surprised me.
I still see it. I see him.
I see him a lot, kid, because I mean, I'm a news buff. He's on Sirius XM radio. He has a weekly show on there. He has the national, I think, Action Network that he does, where mainly that whole network goes to different cities and they'll deal with cases that are in the media. Like, I mean, that's what they do full time. And then I think he has like a show on one of the news platforms too, when he interviews like political figures. So he's involved. I still, I see him a lot on a regular. But I just think
I'm not saying not involved. I just didn't know he was still doing like
Oh, still out in the
civil
open.
rights.
grandstanding, marching
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But no,
But you know,
I
I
totally
believe
agree
that
with
about.
what's the Rockets.
Oh, I was saying I believe that about all forms of our leadership, though, not just with
Absolutely,
when it comes to
absolutely,
civil rights, but same way when it comes to people in the Senate, people in the government, people in the. I just don't
100%.
absolutely,
think that someone
absolutely.
in their 80s should be speaking for the majority
100%.
of America.
100%.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree 100%. I think the disconnect I got with Steven Jackson is the fact that, well, for one, I mean, Steven Jackson was front and center when George Floyd had passed, because that was a close friend of his. He was front and center. Now just reading off of some of the comments, people are saying, before George Floyd, Steven Jackson, what have you done lately personally to, as far as to be an activist and this and that and the other? So it's like, in order for someone, I feel like, to criticize another activist leader, they're always going to be asked a question, well, what have you done lately? What are you going to do about it? Just like how I can continue to criticize a politician. But if someone asks me, well, are you registered to vote? And I say no, they're gonna be like, shut the hell up then, because all you're doing is just blowing hot smoke. So
Right.
as far as what, criticizing Al Sharpton, saying it's all for political gain, I mean, for one, it's like, like Cam mentioned, it's bad timing, poor choice of words. But for Steven Jackson, it's like, did he piss you off like during the movement with George Floyd? Like, because again, you were right there with the family and Ben Crump and stuff. Like, what is, what's the beef? What's happening? And I think that's why he's
Yeah,
really getting a lot of heat.
Steve Jackson has been a pseudo revolutionary for a while now, and then kind of he even had a song with Scarface that he was like talking about the constructs of the country and stuff like that. And then the George Floyd thing happened, rest in peace, and that was his guy. So I think that kind of propelled him into this place where people were actually listening to him. But I don't know that Steve Jackson is the person that we're looking to be like, and then maybe he is. I don't know, but he's kind of been in this place for a while now. But I agree. Like, if you're going to criticize, then have a plan. If you don't want him there, you have a voice. You get out there, and that's what it should be. That's what it should be.
Yeah. And I think as far as the next person front line that is, I mean, I don't know if y'all hear a lot about like Killer Mike. Like, Killer Mike speaks facts. Like, Killer Mike is very educated. He's very involved in this community, not just in Atlanta, but I mean front and center where it comes to, hey, you want to run for office in this state, you got to talk to me. Or if you want to get the Atlanta's vote, you got to talk to me. Like, he is, and he's very vocal, very vocal. I mean, on both sides. That's one thing. He's a guy that you don't know who he affiliates with. He's literally about the people. And I think
I like Killer Mike a lot. It's just
I think Killer Mike is
hard for me to get behind him because it's like people who sweat that much just sitting still. People who sweat that much.
I knew it was gonna be a fat joke. I knew a fat joke was coming, Cam.
I'm just saying.
I knew a fat joke was coming.
I respect what he's saying, but like sometimes he be like, you about to pass out from this conversation. And it's like, if you gonna lead me, if you are going to lead me to a higher enlightenment, I'm gonna need you to be able to breathe by the time we get there.
And we gonna walk up these steps to Capitol Hill.
This mountain is steep. Hold on a second.
Hey, is there a side rail I can hold on to? No, okay, y'all gonna.
But you know what? Because of Killer Mike, though, I'm banking black now. I bank with Greenwood. I've been very happy with banking with a black bank. What is it? FDIC insured. They got amazing benefits. I've been so happy with this bank ever since I switched. It's amazing. Of course, do your own research. I'm not advertising for Greenwood or any other black bank that I don't know about. But if you are thinking about banking black, you would be surprised of how cool it really is. There's even a membership at the gathering spots that's in these local metropolitan areas that I can just roll in because I'm a member of the bank. I can just walk right in and use the facilities, use the meeting rooms, use the group gathering spots, coffee, food, all this stuff. Just because I bank with them, I don't have to pay no membership fees.
Let's go.
Amazing.
That's dope.
See, we need that. See, and like you said, I mean, because of Killer Mike, he's paving the way for other people and getting people more
Right.
involved. So, I mean, I vote for Killer Mike. I vote for Killer Mike for president. I vote
I
for
like
Killer
it.
Mike in
Yeah.
the next vocal leader as far as can speak. Because again, that's the main thing too. You definitely have to find somebody that's not scared, that that knows his facts and that continues to just again stand for the people. Because I think there's been plenty of probably activists that meant well in the beginning, but once you get your hand on some funds, you get yourself in trouble, and then you don't hear from them in a while. So you definitely it takes a while, but it's great to see already successful people put their money where their mouth is and continue to make some noise. But guys, look, that is another great show, man. I truly always enjoy the great conversation with you all. Look, Sarat, you got anything going on for the weekend? Any upcoming shows?
Oh
anything
yeah, man! I got a show February 11th at 7 p.m. in Hampton on Aberdeen Road. This is near the Coliseum area. We got a dope show called The Fog Out, not your average smoke session. It's gonna be hosted by me, put together by my production company. We got some dope comedians, Comedian Cakes, Otis Jones, and Bree Williams, I think is her last name.
Okay.
And it's gonna be
Brene.
man. Brene.
Is it Brene?
Brene Williams.
Brene Williams.
Yeah, Brene Williams. Thank you for the save. I appreciate it. So she's on that.
You're welcome. I was thinking about letting you suffer, but I said I'll go help him out.
Kind of
like
we let you do with this ending. Do you got the song queued, man? Is it?
I got the song
I'm
queued.
about to be done in a second. Cam's next.
All right.
Cam,
you got anything? You got anything on this week?
Wait,
boss?
no. Let me finish. This is my time. Hold on. The show is free. The show is free. This is just to show love to the community and everybody who supported us, Session Cannabis Lounge, Foxtail Studios, everybody who helped the brother out. We got a special little gift for y'all during the show. So if you like trees, if you don't like trees, of course you can come through. It's amazing, just as much fun. But if you do like trees, there'll be some gifts. So that's always nice. My closing statement will be: violence and anger is temporary, weak, and lacks foundation. Seek a great orgasm. Think nasty thoughts. That's me.
I love it.
Cam, what about you, boss?
You should let him go last because I ain't got shit. Like,
okay.
This man giving back to the community and everything.
Exactly.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
gonna pop.
Move aside, Al Sharpton. Here comes the Rock Fox, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes.
I'm the wrong leader. I'm the wrong leader. Everybody gonna be high and sexually satisfied.
Look, we truly.
Now he brings it on.
I got it going. There you go.
Cam didn't say bye.
Oh, my bad, y'all. Look, we out. Be sure to follow us on our platform.
No, clearly we're out.
He's so bad.
Follow us, Our Smooth Club Podcast.
He's so bad.
See you next week. Get out of here.